Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Presently, we are here in your past speaking to you in our future. It boggles the mind. You are tuning in to a special spin off episode of the Brothers from Another Mothership podcast. We're calling it BFAM Classified. This is outside our normal monthly video game podcast from four brothers from other mothers, which may or may not involve extraterrestrial life. If you could rate the show 5 stars on your podcast platform of choice, we greatly appreciate it. I'm Cwagmire, your host, also known as Cwaggy, the king of the Xenobabes, and I got three of my other co-hosts here. Ron, how you doing today?
Doing good.
And I got Matt. Matt, how's it going?
Excited to be here. We're just breaking the own rules that we made by recording a special episode.
No one has to know.
All right.
Yeah, we told everyone monthly, and we're back here after a week. Yeah.
No,
It's
we planned
okay.
this ahead. We didn't just
break
make
our
this
own
off the
rules.
cuff.
It's fine.
That's
We
right.
made them.
That's right.
But last but not least, Marcus, how's it going, man?
I'm doing good. I'm hoping to maybe have some very controversial opinions as well tonight. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. It feels like I'm the controversial opinion person on
It
this
started
show,
off
so
that
we'll
way.
see. Yeah,
Oh wow.
yeah.
I for one, I'm looking forward to it. So, well, kind of teased it here in the middle and in the beginning, but yeah, this is outside our monthly rotation of podcasts. So this is kind of our hey, we just want to come together and talk about something. So the topic that we really wanted to come together off cycle on is the newly announced Steam Machine. So really wanted to take the time to discuss that. This probably will be a shorter episode than the normal one. But the fun thing about these recordings is you listeners, you viewers, you know exactly how long this episode is, and we have no idea. So we'll just see. We'll see what we get to, right?
Good point.
So, for any of those that had caught that Ron was actually on a PlayStation Generation podcast, they had
He'd
already kind of teased his thoughts on it. So I'm wondering, Ron, since if you want to go ahead and add, and maybe for people that haven't caught that yet, do you want to go ahead and kind of let us know what are your thoughts on the Steam Machine? I got to say, from listening to that podcast, I was a little surprised with some of the things you admitted on there, and I'd be curious to see if you share it with our listeners here this evening.
I mean, I'm excited for it. Like I said, a lot of it depends on the price, but I stay in front of a computer at work all day. I'm not the biggest gaming PC guy. Quag, you already know. If I got something on Steam, I will do my best to try to wait to see if I hear anything of a PC, PS5 port to Xbox port, anything to not have me play it on my PC. So if that price is good, I will definitely sit there and think about buying it. And more than likely, especially if it comes in at a $4.99, maybe $5.49, I'll get it. Because like I said, the comfort of my sofa, playing in front of the big screen TV, controller in hand, I'm all for that. And I have several Steam games that I can play and several on that wish list that I'm all for it. I'm all for it. Don't need the VR.
I about drove off the road when I heard you say that on PlayStation Generation. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Ron's gonna buy a Steam Machine if it's $500? I'm shocked.
$500, man. I mean, that's a good price, especially for what the prices are for the consoles right now. So they come at $500. Yeah, your boy will get it.
All right. Is anyone else jumping in on 500?
So I gotta ask Ron, like you have a beefy PC, like your PC can.
Oh yeah, it can launch missiles if I wanted to.
Whoa, easy.
Holy God. I just want to play some games.
Launch missiles.
No, not attack people.
Like I said, man, it's just I don't know what it is. It's just I have a comfy chair. I have a really good monitor, and the PC's great, but it's something about being in front of that thing, man. And just, you guys know how I play games. I don't play short games. Most of my games are RPGs. I don't want to sit there and be in a gaming chair in front of a monitor for 20, 30, 50, 100, 200 hours. I don't know. Like I said, if I have to, then usually I'll do it. But it's not the way I want to play games, though.
So are we thinking? We're thinking it's going to be 500, 550 USD, which means that they're selling at a loss? Like, you think they'll eat the cost?
I hope it's going to be 500, but I'm thinking it's probably going to be about like 700, 800.
You think so?
That.
Well, so I don't know anything really about tech. So, forgive my ignorance, but like I think this is not a powerful machine. From what I've heard, we're talking like kind of in between,
Nintendo
PS4,
Switch 1?
PS5, Nintendo Switch 1.
No, it's not potato power now.
Maybe Nintendo
Just
Switch
ask
2.
it.
but it like not the current gen
Yeah, it's not even
console.
more powerful than a base PS5, but
Right.
it doesn't mean they
right.
won't. It doesn't mean they won't do the price of it. I mean, that's why I said they got to be careful with how they price it. It just really depends on what they're going after. If they truly want to sit there and be a game changer, and especially with Xbox kind of saying that they're going to be a premium price, they're going to have a premium,
Yeah.
whatever
I feel
the
like
hell
there's
it's
a
going
spot.
to be. Yeah,
There's this
that spot
lane.
is right there. It's an open
right
spot.
there.
It's an
Yeah.
open spot now, and
Yeah.
to tell you the truth, with Nintendo still kind of doing their own thing, man, that's the only competition that we're going to have for PlayStation at this point. So if Valve really wants to kind of get in there and change the landscape, coming in at 500 would be quite the disruptor. Because like I said, even I'm willing to buy at that price point.
Yeah.
And there's probably going to be plenty of other people out there that are just like me who got PCs that can play stuff, but they just prefer just not to be in front of a PC playing their games because they're in front of a PC at work all day and don't want to do that.
That's me right here. That is me right there.
Yeah, see?
Like
that's what I'm talking about.
I've gotten, as you guys all know, and our listeners will kind of start to understand, like I've gotten much more into the Steam ecosystem, but I only play Steam Deck. I do not play on my PC, which is a barely functioning laptop, kind of like Nagachaka's. So it's like I don't want to have to, but I'm exactly with Ron. Like I was like, finally, I can play and all I play really is indie games. If I'm going to play something big, AAA quality, it's on either Xbox, but more likely on my PlayStation. So I wouldn't use this, Steam machine for anything outside of indies anyways, likely. So if it's a little less powerful, that's fine for my purposes. Like these indie games are not going to tax the Steam machine as it is, right? So I think this is perfect for me. This is like, I was like, if I was in the room telling, the folks at Steam what I wanted, this is literally it.
Mm-hmm.
So as long as it's not like crazy, because I love like Ron, I want to be able to sit on my couch. I want to play games on my big screen TV. This allows me to do that. And it allows me to access a ton of indie games that are not available on the bigger platforms, PlayStation or Xbox or whatever. Sign me up. Yeah, 100%. This is one thing I don't know if you guys know the answer to this. I didn't catch it in any of the promotional material in the trailer or whatever. If I will, like, could I play a game on my Steam machine and then play that same game and check progress on my Steam Deck? Like, would I be able to kind of transfer that? Maybe our listeners know. If you guys don't know the answer to that would be just a next level thing for me as well. If it has some sort of ability to transfer.
You're talking about like cross progression.
Is there cloud
I guess
saving?
so, yeah, but it's all within the same ecosystem, though, right?
I don't see why not. I mean, it would make sense with the Steam Deck being kind of.
You think so, right?
You would think so.
Well, Marcus, make sure I understand. So, like, yeah, if anything you play on your Steam Deck, you want to make sure that you could pick up and go on your Steam machine.
Correct.
So I can kind of answer that. Not that I have a Steam machine. I wish I did. But, with me going back and forth from playing now on my Steam Deck to then going on my PC, and all my saves are right there. It's like on Steam Cloud. And I pick up, and then if I play on the PC for a while, and then I go back to the Steam Deck, again, as long as you're connecting the Steam servers and, pulling that cloud save, then I would imagine it would be the same thing. I mean, I feel like they would mess up very badly if somehow that's not the case.
Seems
That's
like
how
it
works
should
now.
be. Okay. Then yes. Again, extra yes. Like this is
another sale. That's another sale right there.
Totally. Because I could see, like, the only reason I play games on my Steam Deck, if I'm in the house, my preferred way of playing is in front of my bigger TV. Like, I don't prefer to play in handheld mode. The only reason I do is because I don't want to sit down right now at my laptop and play at my computer.
Sure.
But there are other use cases for my Steam Deck when we're on the road or something like that. So if I'm playing a game, I primarily probably play it on my Steam machine in front of the big TV. But then if I could take that game on the go, like people do with their Switches all the time or whatever, like that would be kind of a really big selling feature, because that's not something that you could do with PlayStation. The Portal, if you're like driving in a car, I'm Lindsay's driving, I want to play a game. I can't play my Portal. I need to have internet access, right? or be able to stream from my PlayStation. So I wouldn't have to worry about that. So yeah, I see like all these use cases for myself, and it's like, yes, it's checking a bunch of boxes. So, and I feel like they're smart enough to not price this thing too high, because there is such a good lane for this thing, and it isn't the most powerful thing. Like, it's not going to. I don't think the high price point is even justified, given what the hardware sounds like it is. So it feels like it will settle in cheaper than what a new PS5 costs today.
Don't do a Nintendo. Don't do a Nintendo and oversell it.
Right.
I think they'll be all right.
Yeah.
So I gotta ask, and again, I'm PC illiterate, so I need the three of you or listeners, viewers, like, explain it like I'm 5. Can you do mods on this GameCube, this Steam machine? Can you do mods so that you can do whatever you want on your games?
Living Space OS, man. So
I mean, I don't know what that means. I literally don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know what that means either, but I know that it means yes. I think it means yes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Not just me.
Yeah, unless they sit there and do something to kind of lock all that stuff out, emulators and pirating, all that will or should still be accessible. Like I said, unless they do some stuff to lock some of that stuff out.
And I can't imagine, because they haven't done that with the Steam Deck. When I first got my Steam Deck, I loaded it up with I looked up all these YouTube videos, and it's not like super user friendly to do this, but I figured it out. I got a bunch of ROMs on my Steam Deck. I haven't touched any of them since, and I just play games that I purchased through the Steam store, and I don't do anything else. I just basically, it functions to me just like a console. Like, it's not really, even though it technically is a PC device, I don't play it like that. I play it like I would a console. So that Steam OS, presumably that's what it would be, some version of that on the Steam machine. So you would not ever have to go into kind of PC mode. I'm assuming it's basically would function. You'd load it up. There's an OS system that just shows your Steam library, and you could.
Yeah, I'm going to assume that the Steam machine is pretty much going to be like your typical video game console. You turn it on and you're good to go. You don't have to sit there and mess around with settings and all that kind of stuff. Just let me get down to whatever you can do. Automatically set that to whatever, and you want to give you a choice between graphics and performance mode. That's fine, but I don't need screen resolutions. And do I need VRR and all that?
But you could, but you don't have to.
If the option is there to have that, do all that. But give me whatever my TV is ready for. Automatically just optimize it so I can get in there and go. I don't need you to act like the thing that pushes me away from PC gaming. I don't need all the different toggles and knobs. And do you need 8 million different things? Like, I don't have 20 minutes to sit there and do this. I want to play the video game. Let's go.
Yeah.
So can we just get the elephant? Can we just stop pretending that the elephant doesn't exist in the room? Can we just say what we're all thinking, which is Xbox is dead? Like, literally. Like, I
mean,
seriously. But what isn't this what Xbox, was hinting at what they're going to do at a higher price?
At a higher price, but
why am I
people are
going
to want more power, though. That's the thing. Like, the Steam machine isn't going to be. It is even more powerful than a base PS5. So Xbox still has that lane where they can have the most powerful box, but they've already kind of said, when you start throwing around that word premium, to me that sounds like $1,000 or more. No thanks.
Okay,
but let's be honest. This isn't a good thing for Xbox.
No,
this isn't a good thing, right?
Phil Spencer kind of tried to play it off like, everything is fine. But I'm like, no, Phil, you need to be a little worried about this, because
that's what I'm saying. Like, yes, what objectively, Ron, what you're saying is like there is a niche market for it, but let's look at where things are. Like, Xbox going into their next console generation, they've lost all goodwill with the gamer community and like their fan base.
Yeah.
Right? It's going to be like, yes, there'll be a few people, but like they've alienated their fan base. Whereas Steam, and this is from a console gamer here, like I feel like they've been building up their reputation in a tremendous way. Like,
they have.
I'm not
They've
a
been
PC
doing
guy.
it for years. I'll be, look, how many times out of the year do we hear about Steam sales and people going crazy with them? Steam has pretty much made. There's no PC talk, and Steam is not included in that. Steam is pretty much PC. they have pretty much made that whole lane for themselves. That's why I said this is a great opportunity for them. Like I said, that Steam machine, man, especially with the sales, this could be a major disruptor. You get that price right, and that's the most important thing.
Like, as a console gamer, like even I'm very intrigued by the Steam machine, the GameCube, the Steam Deck, like the goggles. Like I'm like all in on this stuff. I want it all.
Even
and
the
I don't
VR goggles,
it.
Really?
Yes, just because. I'm like, why not? Even that ugly controller. I'm like, sure,
no,
give
now
it to
you've
me.
gone too far.
That's what I see.
You've gone too far. No, thank you.
It's even persuading me to take a second look. Like, oh, whereas I feel like anybody who used to be an Xbox gamer would be like, I'm not going back to Xbox after what they've done. Maybe I'll check out, this the Steam machine. And anybody, in my opinion, who has the money to fork over whatever Microsoft is planning on their next console, wouldn't they just stick to their high-end PC or go lower end on a Steam Deck? I don't know. I think Microsoft really needs to worry, and especially, and I don't know if they're going to do this, if Steam is smart enough to make sure that these are available in physical stores, like at the marketplace, so that when people are walking in, because like, listen, if I'm putting together a PowerPoint for my wife, I need to be able to say like, I'm trading in some stuff at EB Games. If I don't have that option, that PowerPoint is less effective. So I feel like they need to make sure they, tap into the market.
That's the bullet point, right? Like number one on the PowerPoint. You need to have that number one bullet point. Yeah,
saving money.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's really, really important as well that this stuff is more readily available. Like the Steam Decks, you can only buy direct through them. Like, I'm hoping that that's not the case with this. I will buy it from them if it's just direct, but I think for them to really make a splash, it needs to be more readily available. Agreed. So we'll see if they do it. But
Cwagmire?
Yeah, I think so far they've only said to direct though, right? Or am I assuming direct to consumer?
I don't know if I've seen any of that yet. I thought they had said something about that once they revealed the price, and I think they were talking about like distribution and all that.
Okay, all right, yeah, because I think, honestly, when I was listening to the PlayStation generation, they actually had a lot of good points about like, gamers know what Steam is, but grandma doesn't know what Steam is, and especially when you're looking at this time of year with like Black Friday, Christmas sales and stuff like that, if Timmy wants a Steam Deck or a Steam machine, grandma's not going to be able to. She doesn't have a Steam account. She's not going to create a Steam account so she can buy Timmy a Steam machine or a Steam Deck, right? So, there is value in making sure that Amazon, Walmart, your big box retailers have this because, otherwise, you're not going to have those types of gift purchases where honestly, a lot of the stuff, that's where they move units, right? Do you think
that's true?
Do you think at Black Friday that, people are just like, oh, you know what? I really want to get a Nintendo Switch 2 now? No, it's going to be parents, grandparents that they're going to their retailer that's buying it, type of thing, right? So that's something that, Steam could be missing out on. Kind of going back to the price for a second, I kind of assume that the Steam Deck, especially if you buy that base model, that has to be at a loss, right? I mean, they're selling, was it 400 USD for the base Steam Deck. I guess I'd be shocked if they're actually making a profit on that, even if it's like $20. Like to me, that seems like really low. So I guess it gives me kind of thinking like, well, if they're selling the Steam Deck at a loss, I just would seem weird that they would pivot and be like, well, now let's try to make a profit on the Steam machine, right? So that's kind of where I feel like a lot of these $500 discussions or predictions could be pretty lined up.
I'd be curious. Sorry to interrupt, Quag. I'd be curious to know like if Steam looks at it, because we hear about it in the console space, and maybe they talk about it in PC space as well, but it's not something that I'm super familiar with. But like the attach rate sort of situation.
Yeah,
I have to believe that the attach rate for games on like Steam Deck or like people that use Steam is very high in terms of like how many games they're buying, right?
Gotta be.
Because there's always so many sales. Like I've purchased 10 times as many games on my Steam Deck that I have on PlayStation this year.
Yeah.
Like and I don't know, like a lot of them are on sales, a lot of them are cheap, but that's still a lot of sales that add up a lot. And so if they feel like they can make it up kind of on the game sales kind of portion to justify selling it at a loss or a very small profit, that could kind of again put a tick in the favor of it being on the cheaper side, the console itself. I don't know.
Definitely. I mean, I think Valve, is really just, kind of been that dominant, force in PC gaming for so long now. I mean, people forget that, Steam was introduced, I think, with Half-Life 2, and that was like the only way you could get it on, PC. And if you look up at all the forum posts back then, people hated it. Like, they could not believe it type thing. But now,
I forgot about that.
It's, everyone loves, or I will say most people on PC love Steam.
Yeah.
But just funny how things change in 2 decades.
I was gonna say, do you guys think, or do you think it will, or do you think it's necessary for when the Steam machine launches the GameCube? Do you think they need to come out with like a massive? There's such a thing as Steam exclusive, as what you said, quite like Half-Life. Do you think they're gonna launch it with like a big exclusive game? Like I don't know PC stuff. Is there like a Half-Life 5 that needs to come out with this thing?
Well, they have to do 3 first.
3. It's 3.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
It's been heavily rumored for a long time.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if they would actually do that.
No.
They don't
Perfect
need
timing.
They don't need
the joke is Valve can't count the 3, so it may just be vaporware still. But
maybe do a sequel to Half-Life Alyx or something. But I don't think they need to, man. I mean, all the major games are already on Steam anyway, so it isn't like they need to have that extra. Like, hey, get a Steam machine. This is the only way that you can.
Exactly.
Play this
they don't
on a
really
big
have.
TV.
They don't have exclusives really, anyway.
They
So
don't?
it's like,
Okay.
why?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I agree. I don't think it's necessary.
I guess not official exclusives, but I do know that there's like some developers that they'll just prioritize Steam because if 80, I'm just throwing numbers out there, but 80% of their customers are gonna buy it there anyway. Is it worth putting on Epic and going through all that development cost and maybe only getting like 10%?
Yeah.
I'll be honest, like I'm probably embarrassed to say how many games I've bought on Steam. I've only bought one on the Epic Game Store, even though I've gotten all the free games from Mr. Sweeney. Thank you, Tim. Appreciate it. I know you're listening. So I mean, it's one of those things that they're not technically exclusive, but with it being so dominant, it's almost kind of is. I don't know, official, unofficial exclusives.
And I mean, it's so easy for the PCs to be the lead, on development because you can port so easily. Everything is PC based architecture now, so why not? So it just makes sense. And then Quag brings up the Steam sales, man. You can't beat them. Steam sales go crazy during the seasonal changes. You hear everybody talks about it. The Steam machine is great.
This should be point number 2 on your PowerPoint, Matt. Yes.
Good job, Marcus. Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Cheaper
games. Your life, cheaper games.
Cheaper games. Yes. Especially coming from Nintendo, where nothing ever goes on sale.
All right.
It's such a big difference. Yeah.
This is true. So
but the question
access
is,
to older games as well. You can play Batman Arkham Origins on Steam.
Yes.
Just
so
say
the question is, because if everybody doesn't know, Marcus and Quag, they're part of the Steam Deck Bros. I was ready to join in 2026. Now what am I going to do? Am I buying both? Steam Deck and the GameCube?
Both of them.
I'd like to.
His wife is going to let him get both.
That's what I mean.
We're going to have
I don't know. She'll let me.
Here.
That's what I'm saying. It's really like I like playing handheld. I
was just gonna
really
say you've talked about how you favor handheld game.
Yes, I play much more in handheld, but like guys, like the GameCube is the GOAT for me. The fact that the Steam machine is in the shape of a cube, it's like I have to come on. You're killing me here.
A GameCube
Gabe.
faceplate and put on it.
I know. Gabe's killing me. I'm like, okay, he's obviously a Nintendo GameCube fan.
Please do a platinum color. Please do a platinum color. Oh,
Valve, if you're listening, Gabe, like Quag said and Ron said, GameCube plates, platinum color, please take my money right now.
Get up with Nintendo and do a special Nintendo GameCube flashback version, please.
Oh.
I mean, I'll pay the extra $100 for that.
Good God.
GameCube is the GOAT. Come on.
You can do custom startup like videos with your Steam Deck, and I'm assuming Steam machines.
Quack, wait a minute.
Oh,
now,
and
slow down.
yes,
where's my
you
towel?
can-
Whoa.
you can get the GameCube startup video on your Steam Deck, and I'm assuming on your Steam machine.
Oh, goodness.
So-
Okay, I'm starting to feel light.
Okay.
Oh,
Mhm.
oh man.
I know, I'm gonna faint here. Like this, guys. Like in all seriousness, though, like this to me, this is exciting. Like I was very, very like happy to hear about this. And again, I'm not a PC guy, but for me, this is welcome news. Like I'm very excited for what this is gonna bring, not just to the console space, but just to gaming in general. I think this is, in my opinion, if it all goes well, with pricing, there's not too many issues at launch. I think this is going to be like a big, big change and like really, really disrupt the industry in a good way. And I'm happy because as much as I dunk on Xbox, like it is frustrating to see them, on this trajectory where they're leaving PlayStation to continue to do whatever they want in this space.
Yep.
And I feel like
Not a good idea.
I feel like with the Steam machine coming in, I feel like it's going to keep PlayStation a little bit in check. Yep. Because listen, Nintendo's going to be like, I got my exclusives. You're not getting them unless you sail the high seas. But PlayStation games are on Steam as well.
Yep.
So you can't say like, well, exclusives, because it's like, well, they come to Steam. So I'm excited for this. I really, really am.
That's one thing I brought up on PlayStation Generation, where I was just kind of like, I wonder if Sony's going to have no choice but to pivot and be like, do we continue to bring our titles out within like a year or so? Because now you have a console competitor. So it's like, I'm not giving them any benefit to wait to get a PlayStation. So does Sony go back to the old way of saying, if you want an exclusive, you better go ahead and buy a PlayStation instead? So it's, once again, you have a disruptor coming in, and now it's like, okay, Sony, what are you going to do? Are you going to continue to have your games on PC still? Because now you're like, are we going to help the competition?
Put that back? Can you put that genie back in the bottle? Could you see them doing
We're
that?
talking about Sony.
I don't know.
I think they could. People are going to be pissed, and it won't be the first time that people have been pissed off at Sony before. But it's also one of those things like that survival mode kind of kicks in, because it's kind of like, well, you have a lot of people who are willing to wait. I'm willing to wait 6 months to a year just for a damn sale for something to get 40% off. Yep. So people are going to be willing to wait like, goes to Yotai, can I wait a whole year, a year and a half for the game to come out on PC? Yeah, I probably can. Let me get a Steam machine instead and keep on doing that instead of buying a PlayStation. So it's, man.
I waited 12 years to play Last of Us Part 1.
Well, see, there you go.
God.
There you go. So, yeah, man, it's going to be interesting just to see exactly how this takes off, because I really think that might sit there and change up Sony's plans on how they do things with PC, because they were just warming up to PC and like, hey, we need to sit there and make an effort to start putting our games on PC after a while. Steam machine's going to kind of throw a wrench in that, depending on what they decide to do with it. So,
because honestly, that could be me. Like, I'm like you, Ron. I barely buy games at launch for PlayStation. Yeah. And so to wait a year, if all I need is now one console, maybe.
And if you have a backlog,
these games are coming
ain't nothing. Yeah. So most of us have backlogs, especially us older guys would have families, kids, jobs. Backlogs happen. I'm willing to wait a year or two because I have plenty of stuff to play. So, yeah, man, I don't know. And the Steam machine already has one advantage over PlayStation: the wish list. You can actually buy games for your friends.
Yes.
Sony, I don't
Favorite
understand how this is still not a thing. I mean, so
they must hate money.
Man, Sony might be in trouble with this.
Quag, I gotta ask, because you play PlayStation games on PC, can you? Is there a trophy system? Like, is it a platinum, or is it go back, or is it like the Steam version, or is it like a real platinum, not the what do you call it? The Steam Latinum, whatever. I don't know.
Do we even make one for Steam?
I don't know.
I don't know.
There's one. Yeah.
I think the achievements is pretty similar to Xbox. Like, there might be 70 achievements, and you can get them all, but I don't think you get a special achievement for getting all of them. So no, I don't think there's any platinum equivalent. But I've also never really gone for them. I've never been. Well, I will say.
So there aren't trophies then on first-party PlayStation games. There aren't trophies. I didn't actually realize that.
I think there's rumors that they are going to try to start linking Sony accounts to PC.
I've played one first-party PlayStation game on Steam. So,
because I'll tell you what,
I just assumed there was. Actually,
if they bring over that trophy system to PC, They're no lot. They need to tread lightly because it's like, really, why am I buying an overpriced PS6 when I can get the Steam machine?
Don't you worry, Mark Cerny already busted up in the office when that Steam machine announcement came out. Mark was like, "Whoa!" he went to the CEO and he was like, "Hey, hold up. Maybe we don't need to do this whole PC account linking thing after all. We might need to rethink some things here." So we got
It's a disruptor.
We got PlayStation 6 coming. We can't afford to do this.
It's true though. Like, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. I think it's gonna bring good change. But like you said, yeah, maybe it's putting Mark Cerny and Hermes on notice. Like, oh,
it
wait
is,
a
man.
second.
Competition is a good thing, and I think in some ways Sony was just kind of like, well, we got Xbox out the way. They're putting games on our system. It's over. The PS3 days are back, and then Steam's like, nah.
Yeah, Gabe's like, I don't think so.
They're like, wait up,
just 1 second. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is fine. Like I said, man. I mean, there's no guarantee that Sony would have gone back to those ways, but you know, when you don't got no competition, sometimes you can get complacent, and Sony has shown. Unless somebody's there to put a foot in that ass, they will be like, they're buying our stuff. Where are they going to go for it? But now with Steam there, like I said, now, man, that's a good thing. I really hope that they nail that price point, man. And the fact that they made it where, like, hey, you don't have to use that Duke 2.0 controller if you don't want to. Awesome. That makes it even better. So, yeah, man, Valve is really going to have to do a lot to mess this up. Yeah, this is God. We're in crazy times. Xbox ain't making consoles traditional anymore. They're putting their games on every system, and now Steam is coming into the console market. This is crazy.
So you can use the best controller, the DualSense 5 on the Steam machine.
Well,
is that right?
Well, I'm gonna have to slow you down there. See,
Yeah.
I love the DualSense.
Easy.
Or is it the Pro
when
controller?
When it comes to the PC, I use the Xbox controller.
You can use all of them.
Xbox.
Yeah.
Whoa. What?
Sorry.
Whoa.
Sorry. It's just
You should be. Disgusting.
I've always used the Xbox controller. I've always used the Xbox controller for my PC. So Sony waited too long. They were like, "Oh, here, you can use that." I've kind of been using the Xbox controller for my PC games, so I'm good.
I'm all in on the Steam controller, by the way.
Are you really?
Yeah, I don't really care that much. People, I've heard the touchpads are just like the Steam Deck, though. Like there are little touchpads underneath.
I don't have a Steam Deck, so that's what
I don't know. I don't really care that much, to be honest. I prefer I've come to prefer the Xbox controller to the PS5. I know, Matt. I'm sorry.
Wow.
I do. I don't know. I like this is here's my controversial opinion for the night. I like the batteries. I like batteries.
What?
Yes.
Why?
It's way better. They last so much longer.
Marcus, you do realize that it is not 1982.
I just keep a charged pair of batteries always for the ready. And so when one dies, I just pop the other one in, recharge the other ones.
My Xbox controller
is way better.
My PC, right to that USB cable. It's a wrap.
Yeah. I don't know, man. So anyways, but I really don't care that much. Offset sticks, inline sticks, it doesn't matter to me. I really doesn't matter. So I think that the Steam, I want something that I don't have to worry about. Like, I always have trouble pairing it. Does it pair? Maybe if I had one dedicated controller to the Steam machine, that would be, I guess,
I can guarantee
ideally.
that Xbox controller is going to work right out the box with it. There's no way it ain't. Because I mean, it works out of the box now with Steam on your PC. I can just plug it right in. It's good to go. As long as that that game has controller support, instantly everything is already fitted right to it, including the button placements, all that. So I'll be shocked if they didn't have that go to go.
If it works good and consistently, great. I'll use my existing controller or whatever. But if it doesn't, I'm going to buy the other one that just works. I'm a console gamer through and through. I don't want to have to fiddle with stuff. I don't want to have to. Yeah, I just want to be able to turn it on and it work and it be paired.
If the controller comes with it anyway, then whatever. I mean,
I
have no choice but to use it, then maybe.
Yeah.
But if I have an option, I'll swap that out. But if it comes with the console, I'll throw it in the closet in case I ever have to use it for something. But maybe murder somebody with it. I mean,
Oh, jeez. It got dark real fast.
That thing is big. That thing looks big enough.
Launching missiles, plotting murders. Okay. Good thing this is a classified episode. No one's going to hear this.
Right.
Exactly.
Yes, Cwag.
My goodness. Oh, well, does anyone have any other thoughts on the Steam machine?
I'm all
Steam
in.
Machine Bros 2026.
$500. Yeah, $500. Give it to me.
All right. Well, let's see here. Ron, would you like to tell us where people can find you on the internet?
Yep, Savoy Prime on all the things: PlayStation, Steam, Backlogged, PSN profiles, True Trophies.
All right, Matt, where can people find you?
You can find me as Nagachaka in the BFAM Discord and on Blue Sky.
All right, and Marcus, where can people find you?
Of course, in the Discord and at Marcus O'Neill 79 on Blue Sky. And then my two other podcasts, Tiny Game Chronicles, which releases, Michael and I are recording tomorrow. We got a special guest. We'll keep that as a surprise. So that's coming out on Thursday. So you probably, it'll be shortly after this episode releases. And then, and that was for Far Lone Sales, by the way. I think I mentioned that in our last episode. And then Hype Factor. John and I are also recording that later this week. So we're talking about the fantasy season. We're getting to the end of things. So that should be good.
Marcus Network got you covered on
Marcus
all things.
Network. Yeah,
Let's go.
Awesome. Well, guys, I'm Cwagmire, and really the only place you can find me is in the BFAM Discord. So come join if you haven't already. If not, join us in on the shenanigans. Again, if you've really wanted to hear more of Ron, see more of Ron, just check out PlayStation Generations from our friends of the show from Console Creatures. Really appreciate Matt and Rice for inviting him on the show. It was a great listen. I listened to it on my way to and from work today. So, all right. Well, you all have just experienced a classified episode of the Brothers from Another Mothership podcast. BFAM, y'all.
BFAM.
BFAM.
BFAM.